Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about accounting and bookkeeping for real estate industry. We'll cover these few topics in today's video. We'll start with the property transaction, then we'll go to rent and lease management, expense tracking, bank reconciliation, depreciation, loan and mortgage management, tax compliance, document management, communication and stakeholders. Then we'll finally go to software utilization for the real estate industry. Okay, so let's start with the property transaction. In property transaction, you will need to keep a detailed record of the property that have been purchased from you, or property that you have sold, and the property that you have gave on a rental basis. Okay, and you have to also include the information of the buyers, sellers, and the tenants, and the lease terms of the property that you have rented, and also the property value. Okay, the property value when you have sold it, or the property value when you have purchased it. Okay, and you have to keep all these transactions accurately, because this is a vital form when it comes to a rental business or real estate business. Rent and lease management. In rent and lease management, you have to maintain a record of your rent payments and the lease agreements that you have done. How much time that you have leasing this particular property, or what are the specific terms for the leasing, and also the security deposits that have given to you. And you have to ensure that these rents are collected on time, and there is no any pending payments that are pendings. Okay, and you have to follow all this very promptly, and you need to document all this to see if there is any change in your rental cost, or if there is any change in your lease terms. Okay, so now we'll talk about the expense tracking. In every business, if you are doing any business, you have to monitor your expenses, because it is very crucial when it comes to a business and when it comes to accountings. Okay, so in expense tracking, you have to monitor all your expenses related to your business operations, such as your property maintenance, your repairs. If you are having insurance on that particular property, you have to track that too, and your property taxes, your utilities on that particular property, and your management fees. And also you will need to categorize all these records and all these expenses accurately to monitor what been happening. Now let's touch base the bank reconciliation. In bank reconciliation, you have to reconcile your bank statement regularly to ensure that all the transactions are accounted properly, and for that and also that you don't see any errors that are happening in the transactions, or if there is any missing transaction, you will know by doing this bank reconciliation. This will help you to identify if there is any fraud activities happening or not. Now we'll talk about depreciation. When it comes to a real estate business, there are assets that depreciate over the time. Okay, so you will need to keep track of all this depreciation of your properties, and you need to upload the values in the financial records. This is very important for your tax purposes and your financial reporting. Loan and mortgage management. In loan and mortgage management, if your real estate business has having some loans, or if you are having some mortgage, then you have to maintain a record of their payments. Okay, record of their payments will include your interest rates, or if there is any outstanding balances, that will include that too. Okay, now we'll talk about tax compliance. In tax compliance, the real estate transactions often involve your tax compliance or complex tax implications. You will need to stay updated on this, on all the tax laws and regulations that are applicable to your real estate business. And also you will need to keep a record of your tax deductions and exemptions, and also your credits on the taxes, and you need to record all these things properly and accurately. Document management. In document management, you have to organize and store all the relevant documents securely. Like if you are selling some properties and you have some documents on that, like the contracts or the deeds or the lease files, or some terms or conditions specific to that property when you are selling or buying it, and the tax filings and the financial reportings, financial statements of that property. you will need to have a systematic documentation management to ensure that these all documents are easily accessible to you when it needs, and this will help you in compliance in audits. Communication and stakeholders. In this, you have to maintain a clear communication with your property owners. If someone's buying a property from you, you have to maintain a clear communication with them, and with the owners, with the investors that are invested in your projects or invested in the property that you were selling, and any other stakeholders related to your company. You need to provide them accurately and timely financial reports to gain their trust into your project. And also this will provide you a transparency in your business, so if there is any, if people will trust you and see if there is any fraud or not. Software utilization. So if you are in any real estate business, there are particular softwares and specific softwares that are tailored for your real estate management. So this software will help you to make all the process of your accounting and bookkeeping streamlined and flawless, by making it easier to track your income sources, your expenses, outstreams, and your other any financial metrics. So every indicator has every industry has some key performance indicator that shows the growth and the track success of that particular industry. So here are some key performance indicators that are commonly used in the real estate industry to measure its track success and the performance of that industry. So let's talk about occupancy rate. This indicator measures the percentage of a rented or leased space in your property. If you are having a building, if you are selling some flats, then how much flats are occupied, that will be calculated in this indicator. Average length of lease terms. This indicator will shows the average duration of the lease agreements. And also if there is a longer lease term, that can indicate your tenant satisfaction and your stable source of income to the owners. Okay. Cash flow. This indicator will measure the amount of the cash that been generated by the property after deducting all the expenses. Like if you are expensing, like if you are doing some furnitures in your flat, or if you are doing some other expenses like some colors or anything like that, that will all be deducted, and the cash that been pending will be calculated in this indicator, cash flow indicator. Return on investment. This indicator will calculate the return on your investment. The property that you have been purchased, what are the returns on it through or over the years. It is very crucial metric for evaluating the profitability of your investment. Okay. Vacancy rate. This indicator will measures the percentage of unoccupied rental units in your property. Like if you have made a building and if you are selling flats, that how many flats are unoccupied or how many flats are empty. This will calculated in this indicator, and if there is a lower vacancy rate, that will signify your higher demand and effective property management. Market share. This indicator will assess the company's proportion of the total real estate market in a specific area. Where is your property, and what is the market share in your area? This will be calculated in this indicator. If increasing market share, if your property has been increasing market share, that will indicate your growth business is strong and you are competitive in your business. Net operating income. This indicator will represent the total revenue generated from a property minus the operating cost or operating expenses on your property. Debt to service coverage ratio. This indicator measures the property's ability to cover the debt obligations from its operating income. Cap rate, capitalization rate. This indicator calculates the ratio of a property's net operating income to its market value or acquisition cost. Customer lifetime value. This indicator will estimates the total revenue your property had generated except the customers throughout their entire relation with the company. And also this will help you to understand the long-term value of your customer and your tenants. So that was all for the real estate industry, and here at Meru we provide an excellent and streamlined processes for your accounting and bookkeeping services for e-estate industry. Thank you and have a nice day.